Hey, this is Judgment Waits back from a little time off from YouTube, a little time off from gaming and everything like that. My kids had this week off, or actually a couple weeks off for Christmas, and so I decided to just get away from everything and spend some time with them and the wife and everything like that. Went to see my dad in Illinois, so just took a nice extended break, which I needed from YouTube and from gaming in general. I didn't think I did really any gaming except for playing Lord of the Ring Legos with my kids. But other than that, it was pretty good. Now, I wanted to show you a route that I like to use on Hijacked and just kind of talk about Hijacked in general. I like going underneath this area and getting into the enemy spawn. A lot of times a team will actually hold down one side or another in hardcore, so that's why I like using that underneath passage. I don't like going through the middle area to my left. That just seems like a good place to die. My one friend made a map video about Hijacked, and he calls that the Twilight Zone, the areas that you don't want to go through. So I like, for the most part, going underneath and getting into the enemy spawn. Now I'm playing with a team that likes to rush around, so the spawns are going to be constantly flipping and changing, so I'm constantly looking to see where the enemy team is spawning. I don't see anybody down there, so what am I going to do? I'm going to go rush the other spawn. So once again, I'm going to go downstairs, rush through here, and try to get to the other one. Now once in a while though, you'll find people camping down in here and just sitting in there with like riot shields and fun stuff like that. Now after that guy killed me, he didn't move from that corner, so I'm pretty sure he's just going to be in the same corner. So I'm going to go down in there, and I plan on just throwing a grenade right there, but I want to be careful. A good camper will kill somebody and then move. A bad camper just kills somebody and stays in the same exact spot, which is exactly what that guy was doing. Now you want to be careful when you go against good, or what I like to refer to as professional campers, those people that will get a kill and then they know that people like to get revenge, so they'll move a little bit and they'll just be watching. You're at a big disadvantage when you're going against people like that. So I'd actually recommend either playing it very cautiously, very careful when you're going against people like that, or just stay away from them. Just leave them back in their one part of the map and just warn your teammates about them. Now, as far as a class, I'd really recommend a silenced SMG class. Definitely put on Ghost. That way, if the enemy team calls in a UAV or something like that, you're not going to be showing up because you're constantly moving and you have that silencer on there. So, you won't show up as that blip and they're not going to be able to pick you out. So that's definitely my go-to class when I plan on getting into the enemy spawn. I showed you my loud SMG class. That's more for, and you see me checking all the corners as I'm coming through here, but that's more for if I want to be in your face and everything like that. But if I'm going to be flanking and moving around that way, then I'm going to go with the silenced route. So here I get a little bit of bored, going up in that building, and I pick a good time to come out. The enemy team was spawning there, and that guy was totally clueless, at least, that I was even back in that enemy spawn. But there you can see how fast the spawns change. All my teammates started spawning back there. So once again, I'm just going to run through back to the other side, and that's what I spend most of my time doing. Getting some kills over on one side, waiting for the spawn to flip, and then going through and killing, going through the other side and catching them as they spawn in on the other side. So that's definitely a good technique to use on this map. This is a Twilight Zone. I do not like coming out in here, but we've got that UAV up, and I think it's going to be a little bit quicker, to get into the enemy spawn. So I'm going to go through this Twilight Zone, but I definitely wouldn't recommend doing that too often. But as you can see, I'm running the AGR and Stealth Chopper on this class. I do have some more gameplay from a different video where I'm running a sentry gun. I can't remember what else I'm running. The AGR and Stealth Chopper, though, that's a nice little combination to do. One can be on the ground killing people inside of stuff, and your chopper can be doing some work outside. Plus, with both those score streaks, you don't have to man them. You can just let them do their work, and you can just continually run around in their spawn and create havoc for them while they're trying to deal with those two things. Now, if you get bored of going underneath and you want to come through this middle Twilight Zone, which I wouldn't recommend, but as you can see, I'm getting a little bit bored, so I want to do that. Definitely take some concussions, take some flash grenades. There's going to be people like that right there just waiting for you, and if you can stun them and everything, that can give you just enough of an advantage to take them out. So definitely in your rushing class and your rushing silent class, definitely take stuns, flash grenades, and just your regular Semtex or regular frag grenades with you. It's going to really help you out for getting through those areas. Now, if you do go through the bottom, you don't have to come up into the building, as I'm going to show you right here. You know, pick one side and sweep around. Go through the spawn, kill them all, and just keep sweeping around. And there, I think I end up getting a quad feed, really maybe a quintuple feed. I think I got 5 there, but only 4 of them counted. But that's another option. You don't always have to go up in the building. I tell you what, this map is great for double, triple, quad feeds. I get more, you know, of those in this map than any other map, just because I can get into the spawn and catch them by surprise, you know, just by moving one side to another. My last piece of advice is to be careful on these outsides. See that guy laying down right there, and there I didn't kill my friend. You've got to be careful. Say you do go through the middle. There is usually going to be somebody on the left or right hand side just waiting for you to pop out there. So use cover when you do and be careful. But better yet, go through the middle of the building and catch them off guard. And I'll say this again, really try to stay out of this middle area. There's the hot tub, there's that building on my left, see that guy in there? There's this area right to my immediate left that people like to hang out. Plus on each side there's all these head glitch areas, plus you got the top areas. You know, it's just death there, so just really stay out of there. Now you see I just earned my sentry gun. That's another good score streak to use on this map. I like to go up in one of the buildings and set that towards the middle. But this video's winding down. Let me know if you like it. I plan to do a couple maps showing you how to get into the enemy spawns, especially if you're playing against a tactical team that's just holding it, and show you some good routes for doing that. So if you like that, please consider giving this a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, thumb it down and let me know why you didn't like it. But all too often this happens in this particular map. So this is where I'm going to end it. As always, guys, take care and God bless.